There is a lot actually cooking. I'm even overwhelmed. I don't know what to talk about and what to drop. So welcome to Live Saga TV. Sagas in the air, just too many. Why did Kenyans, for example, block RUTO's motorcade? You know? Yeah. And do you know that there is an opposition flag bearer leakage coming out? I hope you also know that Lumumba is not sparing RUTO from his details. Every time he drops a speech, he is going nuts on government. And of course, inside RUTO's 2027 master plan, cover up, there is a plan to cut Matiang'i out of the 2027 elections. Will it be possible? All right. The court evidence also have destroyed police cover-up in Rex Masai case. Okay? So we have so many things to talk about. I don't know how we can cover all that. But the biggest of all is the fact that WAITITU was possibly thrown under the bus by the current regime after he had to get a bribe of 53 million through COFERs. All right? So based on the statement today, let's look at this statement, guys. Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP Kenya, win for DPP as Waititu's fresh bid to review 12-year sentence dismissed. The Director of Public Prosecutions has successfully opposed a bid by former Kiambu Governor Waititu, who is serving a 12-year prison term, to review his sentence. Lady Justice Lucy Njuguna, in the ruling delivered on 16th September 2025, rejected an application filed on 20th August 2025 in which the former county boss sought to overturn his sentence on corruption-related charges. Of course, you understand the corruption involved a lot of money. All right. So it involved almost 53 million Kenyan shillings. Hey, Kenya kuna pesa, my friend. It's only that we cannot get that money, all of us. But Kenya, there is money, no doubt. There is a lot of money, of course. So, of course, Waititu will be forced to stay behind the bus for 12 good years. Wherever the salvation will come, we know not. But ask yourself, guys, why had this to happen? You know, this is a political understanding that we have to talk about here, okay? Of course, we know Waiguru is one of the people who have stolen, but they are there, okay? Yeah. So Waiguru, Aisha Jumwa, and we've seen even the governor of Kericho, we've seen Sakaja, and many other cases. They are just on the same line as, you know, on the same line as Waititu. However, their skin has been saved. Ask me why. All right? So, it seems in political spaces, you can never trust anybody. And by the way, just before we go too far, what is happening with Wamchomba? Wamchomba has been framed as a treacherous lady. I don't know whether it is a saga or it's a reality, but I'm trying just to go through it and understand. Because when she was at Crossfire in the Daybreak, she really broke the bonds, giving us all the bonds and swallowing the meat in the discussion on what the government has failed to do and what they will not do for Kiambu. Then now it comes to the funeral of the father to Ichungwa, and I'm surprised she is mentioned as a person who has been used to collect information from the opposition and bring to the government. I'm like, it's about to go down. Guys, never say never. That is something that you must know. Never say never. So I'll not say never. It is possible. There are high possibilities that she may be a mole. Who knows? On the other side, she may not be a mole, but maybe a propaganda is cooking to make sure that they destroy her name and actually do away with that group that is just forming between Sifuna, Babu, Amisi, Wamchomba herself, and many more. All right? So there is trouble in the paradise, guys. Trouble in the paradise. So, of course, currently, you know, the biggest problem that the government is facing is Gachagua. But do you think Gachagua is the right person to vie for presidential seat? People are saying he should not be the flag bearer, but then there is some news today. We'll be going to it, okay? Vehishi Darinda. Hey, that's a new name. Subscribe to the channel. I know this is a new name. This country is called Kenya. Kenya. Kenya is my country, guy. I don't know whether it's a guy or lady. All right, Veshi Darinda. That looks more like India. I'm not so sure, but the name Veshi Darinda, maybe it's India. I don't know. You can let us know. And like the video for me. Kiss the video. All right. So, you know, when we talk about these things, people say, why are you talking about? Yeah, I guessed right. Give me a slap. I guessed right. Namaste. Namaste. Yeah, I have a lot of fans from India. Actually, on this channel and my other channel, Edutainment for Us, the social analysis one. So I have a lot of friends actually from India. They watch me a lot and I really appreciate. Yeah, I really appreciate. Yeah, like the video. You're saying you've liked. I'll be seeing that. And I really appreciate. God bless you. All right. So when we come to the politics of Kenya, there are some things I can't just understand. So let's look at this before we proceed. Something just brief about WAITITU. And listen to this.
Haki ya Mungu tunalia usiku na mchana. Tunaomba msamaha kwa jamii yote ya Kenya hii. Mnatusamehea. Mnatusamehea. Mimi nakwambia huyu mtu ni muongo. Pia wewe hujaona. Alidanganya vijana. Mahasa ndio wakadanganywa. Mama mmoja ndio huyo akadanganywa. Vijana wa bodaboda bila wataweka pesa mfukoni. Si mnakumbuka?
So guys, WAITITU will rot in jail 12 years. Can you imagine? A man with his freedom, now he no longer has freedom. They say there's nothing pleasant as freedom. Nothing pleasant as freedom. Okay? So with freedom, everybody feels ire. You know? Freedom makes people feel ire and they feel all right, that everything is going on well. You know, it's like blues. Yeah, you get the blues and you are real cool when there is freedom. But when there is none, things become hayway. Vahisha Darinda says, Mom, I do cement on video. Thank you so much. He also says, your English is good. I really appreciate. And I normally take credit to my father, who used to buy for me a lot of storybooks when I was in school. And also my teachers of English were very serious teachers who could mark our compositions, and they would also encourage us to take part in what we call the debating club and language club, which involved things to do with the presentation of poems. Sometimes we could write. I am very good in writing poems, by the way. Veshi Darinda. In case you want love poems, you want poems to just make you happy, you want poems to make you, you know, feel like the day is wow, you can hire me for that, okay? Yeah, I would wish to go to India. Let me make money. Once money, the chum chum is in, once dollars are in, if I begin getting dollars, and that is why I'm asking you guys to support my videos, watch them so that watch hours and also subscription goes high. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, at least from there, it will be easy to roll the camera, and then I'll go to India and, you know, see about Vasha. We call it Nama Krishna. We call it what? There is a song we used to, Rama, Rama, Krishna, something like that. Huh? Rama, Rama, Krishna. You know, there are those songs. Yeah, those songs about Rama, Rama, Krishna. Kelly Tao says, when I see the dollar sign, I am unsubscribing. Okay. Kelly Tao, why? Why do you want to unsubscribe when you see the dollar sign? Yeah, Rama, Rama, Krishna. It's a very interesting song. And there is also Rama Sunda. There are so many songs, by the way, very interesting. Rama Hare Krishna. Yep. Sujit Singh, welcome, welcome, friends from India. So happy to have you here, and I'm so excited. Yeah, Krishna. Yeah, so that is India for you. I have a lot of people watch me from India. In fact, on my watch list, India is number 2 after Kenya. Then now we have America coming up, Brazil, and all that. And I really appreciate, because it is just because of you people that I'm able to be here. Kelly Tao, like the video. Kelly Tao has just said that when he sees the dollar sign, then he will be unsubscribing. Please don't do so, because if you unsubscribe, it will be unfair. All right, so let's proceed. Now, currently, Kenya is at crossroads. Kenyan universities have gone on strike. Can you imagine? And recently, our president was telling us that Krishna Rama Rama. All right, those songs are very sweet songs. You know, when you listen to that, the kind of Gujarati and the Indian culture generally, I love it. In fact, when you look at my first videos, I used to post the dances I could teach students to dance, and we dance some Indian songs, Bollywood, and what have you. So that is why I think most of the people who follow me are from India. But I have others, Thailand, I'm seeing Turkey, a lot of people following, USA, they are coming up, South Africa, Nigeria, and I really appreciate, because all this is out of the glory of the Lord. All right, so universities in Kenya are striking, guys, and this is not a good sign to a country that is claiming they are progressing and advancing. Education is one of the things that actually rates a country as the best, or, you know, gives the insight into the future. Now, why are universities in Kenya striking? Some of them are also falling off. Especially, look at the university that was actually up there, like Eldoret University. Eldoret University was a university to reckon when I was a student in the campus, undergraduate. But currently, you cannot boast anything much about Eldoret Nairobi, not Nairobi, but Eldoret University. Yeah, Moi University. What am I saying? Yeah, in Eldoret we have Moi University and we have the University of Eldoret. So Moi University used to be a very popular campus with a lot of people studying there and actually pursuing a lot of courses. However, tribal politics, politicking in institutions of learning is a major problem in this country. And one of the places that has been affected is the University of the Moi University. Guys, let's listen to this. There is a shutdown as lecturers pull down their tools, like people are seeing a lot of leaders with a lot of cash around. If the president can afford to call people in the State House from Gusii, from Muranga, from Kiambu, the young people and all that, the teachers I hear, and give them 10,000 each, why not the doctors? Why not that is a clear indication there is money in the country. So the universities have decided to strike. Do we blame them? Maybe not. Let's look into this.
PhD, LLB, LLM, CBA, return to work formula, CPM. I have officially launched the strike.
Lecturers in Kenya have walked out again, despite the government wiring 2.5 billion Kenyan shillings just days ago. University staff across Kenya are on strike. To many Kenyans, it looks like ingratitude, but to the Dons, it is betrayal. An old wound being reopened with interest. And this clash is not paychecks. It's about the survival of Kenya's higher education system itself.
Guys, why do you think the universities have had to strike after billions were wired into their accounts? Possibly the mutual agreement, or rather the agreement that was the MOU, is not what was followed. All right? So return to work formula, you've heard it clearly from the PhD, LLC, It is what it is, guys. Kenya, wait until you come to Kenya, you'll see. You know.
We have launched this strike is because the government has failed to pay us 2.73 billion. The only thing I got yesterday was a letter. Dons do not eat letters.
On September 17th, 2025, the university's academic staff union, UASU, officially down.
Yeah, so UASU, of course, declared the, the strike. And
their tools. Treasury had announced a release.
And Treasury came about to say that they are releasing billions to the lecturers. However, still they have donned their tools and they're saying they're not going back to work. And the return to formula is a very complex one, as they ask the government to do what it can do best. Now, guys, or ladies and gentlemen, why do you think this is the situation? This is the situation because now the elites have realized that they are being neglected, taken for granted. People easily go into government and they make money as fast as they can, from travel allowance to pleasure allowance to watching allowance to standing allowance to, I don't know, recreational allowance, creative allowance. Whereas the dons who have gone through a process of studying, acquiring the same PhDs which the president was bragging to have, does not mind what the kind of elites have. Now, if you have been reading Fathers of Nation, you understand that Kenya, one problem is that when you become an elite, you have used a lot of money to get there. But whatever you are earning is just salary. And salary are taxed. When you look on the other side of the politicians, they earn allowances, guys. So that is the difference. They earn allowances and they put just a small amount of salary. So allowances are not taxed. Got it? I hope you got it. So that is what the difference between the civil servants and the politicians have. No wonder politicians are thriving in a lot of, nice cities, poshy houses, state-of-art cars. You come from somewhere, nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, as a jigger-infested poor person. But after some time, you master the art of tenders, the art of, paying for supplying air, the art of, demanding for dollars before you approve some things, the art of, threatening and surviving. And that is it. You make it. So no wonder even many people currently will better go to politics than climb the ladder of the elite. It doesn't pay, right? So actually, that is why AUSU has had to don their tools. Let's look at that finally and then come back to the other story right here. Advancement, guys. Hey.
The workers are paid the 2.75 billion shillings in their accounts. We are working with Treasury as we speak to ensure that that money is released within the next 2 weeks or by the end of this month. As we speak, we'll be getting some confirmation from Treasury.
So Julius Ogamba, CS Education, has indicated that maybe at the end of the month or in 2 weeks' time, they'll be wiring the money to the dons. Let's hope so, because that is where we are heading. We will not be teachers in high school forever. We will be in the corridors of the university, bouncing and perambulating. Perambulating and, So guys, let's get here. Yeah. Let's get to this. Now, you realize that there is some anchor. There is some anchor towards the president, and I want us to look at something here. I'm placing question and answer here. Guys, you can also chat by responding to that question that I've just placed above my head. What is your favorite season? Sujint Singh. What about Vehishi Darinda? And anybody else in the house? Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share to enhance my growth. Yeah, let's proceed to this. There's something we are checking on here.
This message. Escort. Kenyans, people of brilliant Kenyans telling RUTO's presidential escort to take a different route to State House.
No, from maps, still like the one says, from maps, what we can see, it's South African countries to make up. That's, yeah, I think we all agree. Thank you, Mariam. That's possible.
Congratulations.
So, Kenyans decided to block a motorcade belonging to officials in State House, possibly, so that they take a different route. There is a tendency that when officials are using a road, then others have to pave way and give them a go. However, in one of these situations, sometimes when people get a backing and they work as a crowd, they can decide to make things not work for them. And I believe this is the same way we should work against corruption. We may not uproot it fully, but I believe we can actually, make the pathways for it a bit thin, so that they are not roads but pathways, Anyway, let's look at another situation here.
Anything get under our skin. Even when bleeding, we're winning. Always be like number one.
Now guess what? And the first step.
Sipigi siasa na hakuna mtu atanilazimisha kupiga siasa. Mimi nitakaa nikiwa najua mlinipatia kazi ya huduma. Ama namna gani jameni? Ikifika wakati wa siasa ni mwaka wa 2027 na saa hizo tutaongea. Kana tu kwa doi tu. Ni natotiri ya kegu. Neto ole atokoiga.
That is Wamatangi for you. Let's skip that and get to another business. The leaks from opposition. Of course, the opposition is is a drama queen. Another drama queen for us. We've seen what we've seen. We've seen what we've seen. Let's see this. What is it? All right. So George T. Diano said Kalonzo Musyoka is set to be unveiled as president of the United Opposition Alliance in December at an event expected to be graced by international leaders and diplomats. The opposition is yet to decide on who to deputize him, but all indications point towards Matiang'i. Okay, you've heard that? Not me saying it, but George Diano. What do you think about this? What do you think about this, guys? Now what do I do? I'll place it here. Let me help this kiddo here. She needs me to remove this thing, and it's a bit painful sometimes. We don't have a reason. All right, guys. So when you look at the aspect that Kalonzo Musyoka may be the presidential candidate, I don't know whether you agree with that or you feel otherwise, because the wars in the opposition have just been too many, you know. We don't know which direction people will be taking, but we are seeing what we are seeing, guys. A lot of things on the streets. A lot of things. Yeah. So allegedly that is what's coming out, that Kalonzo Musyoka may be the fourth coming candidate of the opposition alliance. Now, I don't know whether this thought is coming out after people said that indeed they are so happy with what Gachagua is doing, but they cannot back him up for presidential seat. I do not know whether that is the situation, you know, because people have been saying that. Now, why should Matiang'i deputize when all along people have been arguing that he's working for Uhuru? But it is what it is. The confusion has to be there. But the inside master plan has to also to work. It has to work. Tutanunua nini kesho tukate vizuri? Usikware, itakuumiza. All right. So this is one of the things, and I want to bring a video here just to listen to this.
Maswali mingi ni watu maskini. Si ni watu matajiri. Kama wewe baba yako alikuwa vice president, wewe unawezaje kuwa maskini? Kama baba yako alikuwa minister sijui ya miaka ngapi, wewe unawezaje kuwa maskini? Umaskini ndio iko kwa roho yenu, sio ati hamna pesa. Na pengine hii pesa yenu sisi wengine tunaleta kwa kanisa. Nyinyi mnapeleka kwa wachawi na waganga.
The president now has decided to come out and say that because he has worked for his money, he should have money. So people should not question his money, unless for them, they normally take their money to the wrong place, especially the witch doctors and what have you. What is your thought about this? What is your thought? All right. Now, whom do you think he was targeting in his statements? Anyway, these are political political unfolding drama. Let's listen to this too.
Financially with his money to be able to run my campaigns. He's sending me to some other fella, one of his friends. I don't know him, his face is only comes from Nigeria or wherever. And then the issues of don't worry with money, or there is a way of doing it. Then as a Catholic, I felt I'm being driven to these issues of Muganga, witch doctors, blah, blah, blah. I said no.
So anyway, RUTO.
Let's listen to Afula.
Severally, others like Ditmas have confirmed it to be true, but despite all that, that truth bomb from RUTO will be punished at the ballot. Around 35% of Luos will vote for Kalonzo, and the number will go even higher if Raila will have left to hang out with the Almighty. Reason number two why Kalonzo is dangerous to RUTO is because he has no major scandals. When we talk about Kalonzo, the one and only scandal we can talk about, and it's the one RUTO keeps bringing up, is the Kalonzo home in Seikuru. Because according to RUTO, Kalonzo obtained it erroneously. But if that were true, would RUTO not have already reclaimed it, especially within the first 6 months of his tenure when he was busy on a revenge spree? Now on the flip side, RUTO is on the ropes when it comes to matters scandals. There is Aror Dam, Kimwarer, police uniform, SHA, housing, State House renovation crime syndicate, and abductions with false compensations amongst many others. Hapo kwa presidential debate, RUTO atakohoa mbaya sana. Because his impeachment case. Because if the case is removed from
all right, guys. So the reality is that even though people have been looking down upon Kalonzo Musyoka, but if indeed they give Kalonzo Musyoka and back him up, and they stand together up to the end, I am so sure that Kalonzo Musyoka will be the president. And what I think is that if they dare give him, it will be better, so that we don't look at the nation as leadership among two tribes, right? Teresa. Yeah, so if the opposition will actually stand and give Kalonzo Musyoka and support him fully, then I believe they'll have done a wise choice, because as you can hear from Wafula David, Kalonzo Musyoka does not have major scandals apart from the home that is declared. But when you compare him to RUTO, RUTO has so many scandals that we cannot even count. We cannot even finish when we begin counting. But meanwhile, let's look at Fred Matiang'i, proposed to be deputy vice for the alliance. And let's check on how he launches. He launches an attack on the soprano man. My goodness, Kenya is a land that you cannot fail to love. Teresa, stop that. You're making noise for me, right? 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 Okay? Yeah, you are making noise for me. What is the key for now?
You know, hustling villagers, we are empowering you, and so on. I mean, by the way, you don't even need a meeting. When you work, you don't need a meeting. Your work will speak for itself. Madam Nagani. Yeah, your work will speak for itself. In fact, you will not.
Matiang has decided to say this, you know, and let's look at BBC News Africa indicating that this is not something I wanted to actually look at. But the reality is that Matiang has come out to prove that if Soprano Man, aka the vice president, is working, let the work show it. And that is what I have been asking. If the president really believes that it's working, why is he calling people to State House to discuss? That means that he wants them to give the gaps that are there. So he knows that there is something not done. Otherwise, why would he be calling people to the State House all the time if he's so sure that he has done it? Because if you have served the people, you don't have to call them to a meeting and ask them or justify before them that you've done it. You don't have to. After all, how many people can tell you the truth if you ask them to tell you to the face? Very few. Many people in the present, they'll say you are the best, you've done the best, you are the wonderful, you are exceeding expectation. But when they go behind the carpet, they say, but I think the president has not done this. So the best way even of checking whether you've done or not is to have, you know, anonymous questionnaires in different places, and let us not have representatives giving that questionnaire, because representatives are bootlickers who just want to please somebody for their own personal interest. They don't have a genuine opinion over anything. That is my thoughts though. Okay? Oh my goodness. Now, did you realize that at Kimani Ichung'wah's funeral, Uhuru was not there? Let's just check on this. Do you realize that? Do you realize when Kimani Ichung'wah came out saying that the father used to have a lover at a very tender age, and though the lover got married elsewhere, bore 8 children, they still came back to stay together, and they had a lovely family. A very nice story, all right? Soap opera. These are soap operas I normally watch and think they don't happen. I didn't know that they happen in Kenya. All right. So let's look at this. Office of the 4th President of Kenya, 4th President. Earlier today, former President Uhuru Kenyatta condoled with the family of the late Mwalimu Samuel Gatama Njuguna at their home in Gatundu South. He joined relatives, friends, community in mourning a man remembered for his long service in education and leadership. All right? So let's look at this. Of course, this was the picture of Uhuru Kenyatta in that funeral. And the same day, of course, Kimani Ichung'wah was having a mourning moment. Okay, so you choose where your heart belongs. Choose where your heart is, guys.
I guess the two never.
Oh my goodness. Bradley, do the role. I like David Wafula and Lequini, and there is Maisha TV, Kenya News Alerts. They really update me on some stuff also. I work alongside them to see what is happening on the streets. I also join Citizen and many other news anchors to see what is happening on the streets, because I'm just an upcoming political analyst. I'm not so much advanced in what I'm doing, but I bank on you people. Bradley, have you subscribed to the channel? Sujan Singh, have you subscribed to the channel? Vesh the reader, did you subscribe to the channel? Please do so for me, for the love of this hour. It is 8:09 p.m. in Kenya currently, and I welcome here. This is Prissy for you, Live Saga TV. All right. So, there's so much happening in Kenya. All right, guys. So, we are still in our analysis, though there was some challenge here with the network, but we are still going on for a few minutes. I think we are targeting 40 minutes before we can call it quits for today. All right.
Na mimi nitakuwa deputy yake. Thank you.
Oloch might just be a prophet. I don't believe it.
The soul of the father of Kimani Ichungwa in peace. I have not sent him home. Bwana Atuoli alisema atakuwa president, sio? Na mimi nitakuwa deputy yake. Thank you.
Oloch might just be.
Hey, guys, sometimes it is what it is. I don't want to go before I talk about Jamaican politics. I like Jamaica and what is propping in India, because I have a lot of Indian friends. Let me check something on the Indian politics and Jamaican, because this is one of the places that I really love as a result of, there are people really also watch a lot here. Annabelle. So let's observe some things about Indian politics and Jamaican politics, just to, you know, talk about a country that I really love, countries that I love, because of most of the people who watch me come from there. So in Indian politics, we have structure and parties. India is a parliamentary democracy with federal structure. Of course, you understand that. We did that in history in Kenya. And we have substantial powers, you know. Major political parties include the Bharatiya Janata Party, Congress, and many strong regional parties. The elections are frequent with large in scale, and political competition is intense, okay, with both national and regional representation. When we look at the politics of India, the recent policy priorities, of course, we realize that in India, there was engagement of active multilateral institutions such as WTO, UN, and NAM. We have also had reforms in global governance in India, with people seeking greater voice in institutions like the UN and Security Council, and therefore they are looking to build partnerships in Asia, Africa, Latin America, and Caribbean. All right. In India, there is also an increasing emphasis on identity politics, religion, caste, and language in many regions, with digital media playing a big role in shaping the public opinion and mobilizing political interests. However, there are tensions around economic inequalities, freedom of the press, minority rights, secularism. And finally, India also has foreign policy with active, strong ties with many countries in trade, cultural exchange, and so many other things. Now, Jamaica, on the other hand, is a parliamentary democracy. Of course, you saw the elections conducted on 3rd of this month, and with JLP, PNP ruling. Now, the recent developments are that Andrew Holiness won it. We really appreciate Wagwan, guys. I hope you're right there in Jamaica. And the vote turnout was a bit low. I don't know, for whatever reason. Jamaicans, where were you? So we had some situations of violence, inequality, corruption, and economy issues. But we hope that the public debt, unemployment, and cost of living will go low. and corruption allegations, transparency, public trust will be addressed so that social issues of crime, violence, and inequality are captured all the same. So guys, have a nice evening. We've been here for 40 minutes and I think that's enough for the day. We will go back to more tomorrow. Bye bye. Adios.